Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him, by all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
Your town needs you.
Saw the captain just now.
I would speak with this Duke.
The Duke might have soldiers at his beck and call. Us common folk.
What does the Dane have to say about this, I wonder?
Surely she can't allow it.
You've heard, then? The Duke plans to make Northreach a fortress, and would have the townspeople pay for it.
What did the Duke expect? That the merchants would just smile and hand over the keys to their
fates. Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least. The land is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in Northreach. Thank you so much for your help.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man. We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
Right. Where should I look?
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town. It's over.
뭐야 이거 감역기였네. 감역기였구나.
Call that a test, Ultima?
Clive, it's me. Are you all right?
I am. But it seems the reports were true. The thralls have returned. I dispatched the few that I found, though.
Well, that's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? They all came from the north last time. We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other, but from both?
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though, just to be sure. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case war breaks out while I'm away.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic on the townspeople, stirring up ill feeling towards her father. But she'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? This is exactly what the Dame was afraid of. I'll do what I can to calm things down. Be careful out there, all right?
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of those things and I'm running back to town screaming blue murder.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Grieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore! You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Branded.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Grieger.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caernarvon and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell. The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still won for numbers. Unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I've fought a few of these things. And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to thin the herd.
All right. But take care.
Thank you. Both of you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
I have served the Duke for many years, and I hope to do so for many more. But I cannot turn my back on these people. Our people.
When the fighting begins, we can take refuge in the barracks. We'll be safe there.
Merciful creature, wherefore would you forsake me?
Father.
I want steel in the hands of every man or woman willing to fight.
We can help with the wounded.
Hopefully you won't have to.
If any get by, you can trust we'll be here to meet them head on.
싸우기 전에 참절금 게이지 좀 채우고 싸우고 싶은데.
That's better.
저기 있구만.
No holding back.
개기차는 거 봐, 미쳤다.
Nice try.
조시야 어디다 쏘는 거냐? 에임 실하냐? 에임 미쳤네. 아니 조슈아 에임 미쳤나? 얼탱이가 없네. 어디야?
There are so many of them.
Not for long.
들어와.
Let darkness fall.
들어와. 이 범위가 얼마큼 되려나? 아이.
Is it over?
와, 범위 개 넓어.
No. It's only just begun.
범위 개 넓네. 오, 씨발, 뭐야? 아, 움직이는 놈 있었네? 아야. 이미? 네, 확실히 참대검은 그 눕힌 상태에서 쓰는 게 데미지 많이 들어가긴 하냐. 멈춰. 마무리는 18,000 데미지 들어가네. 거의 2만 댐? 데미지는 각성기하고 비슷비슷하다. 뭐 바우먼트가 제일 세긴 하지만.
That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
토르 하나 넣어도 괜찮을 것 같기도. 아, 토르랜다. 라무 하나 넣어도 괜찮을 것 같기도 하고.
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls of the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire. That without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. Not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again, as did you, Sabine. His radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that, and I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your Eminence, your Ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity, not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right. If only I'd listened to her when I had the chance.
Forgive me for saying so, my lady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you.
Well said, Captain. Let this be a new beginning. Not only for Sanbreque, but for us.
Well, since there's nothing more to be done here, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wounded.
You too are a friend of Madame Isabel's, are you not? The sellsword won over to the court.
I only wanted what was best for Northreach, for Sanbreque. And I still do. But this time, I will go about things the right way, in concert with others, rather than in spite of them.
Thanks for your help, Clive. We couldn't have done it without you. Now all we need is for their eminences to start pulling their weight.
Can we get you anything? A room at the Vale would be nice.
Thanks for standing with us.
I'm sorry we didn't sooner.
One of the dames, aren't you? Leave it to her to spot an able body.
Now, what story would you like to hear next?
The one in the coffer!
All right then.
There once was a tree.
When darkness descended, the line did not break. No fools.
Will you lend me a hand? There are still injured in the markets.
Of course. Just a little further.
This the last one?
We did it! Kiss me.
미친 키스미래.
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'd be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must. After all you've done for this town, it is the very least you deserve.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home anywhere in the realm, but I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the crystalline dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the Vale that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief, shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter, all united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
이러면 노스리치 미션 받겠나? 오, 우리 알콘이다.
We have brought Northreach together. Now the fight begins to keep her together. For if this town is to survive, we must all play our part.
이러면 노스리치 다 깼고 이제 제2대륙으로 넘어가야 되나? 이건 다 보고하는 미션이고. 자, 제2대륙에도 3개 있어요. 붉은 날개의 잠부라고, 검의 희망하고, 잊을 수 없는 그대들이야. 순서대로 깨자. 여기는 마을 가는 거, 그 막혀있던 길. 이쪽이죠. 재정비 좀 하고 올 걸 그랬나? 생각해보니까 포션이 그렇게 많지가 않네. 이쪽이구나. 전투가 없을 리가 없으니까 그거 해놔야 되겠다. 어디 보자. 참전란문 냅두고 참전란문 바꾸고 심판의 방법 바꾸고. 아이고, 잘못 썼다. 아이고. 거의 다 왔네? 이쪽이었죠.
Might this be Mickelberg?
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah, did you too heed the call?
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
It is my home. The others, they heeded the call.
You keep saying that. What do you mean?
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed. This village is their altar, where they shall cast their souls upon the gentle waters and give themselves to the Lord.
Give themselves?
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Let us be reborn in your loving arms. Free us from the torment of this mortal realm.
They want to be saved. Forgive me, but did another foreigner like me come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Stone? Yes. He's staying at my house, toward the rear of the village.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Your friend with the cowl has been staying with me. Please.
일단 가기 전에 댐파밍은 못 참지. 자, 템을 한번 찾아볼까? 여긴 아무것도 없고. 유후! 유적 상자 개꿀 털었고 여기 받고 잠깐만 그건 아니잖아. 날려봐. 왜 이리 급해? 상자 없고 여기도 없고 대장장인가 보네. 여기는 집이 여기도 없고 끝이야? 이거밖에 없네. 멜레와르 기담지. 아하. 그렇군. 무슨 메시지가 그리?
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield, if I am not mistaken.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill, much less you, my Lord Marquis.
He said that you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter. You have seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before, praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Saviour's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... 'tis different. It is more. And so I would see it through to the end.
뭐요?
See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream, that they might do their duty to their Lord, even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become Akashic. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation. Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great... Did you hear that, my lord? Something is happening.
I'll go and find out what. Stay here.
얘도 어지간해 또라이네. 쟤.
Beneath the flood. Oh no. There must be something I can do. Echoes as well. Found her.
오.
Ready, brother? Ready.
지금 쓰기 좀 아깝다. 보스 나올 게 뻔하니까. 얘들 단단하네.
What now?
엘리베이터 맞았네. 오.
We meet again.
Titus.
I've killed your kind before.
오 뭐야? 오야 놀래라. 아씨 안 보여. 일반은 쓸 필요 없을 것 같은데? 아이고 잘못 눌렀어. 시간 됐다. 다행이다. 32,000. 이 정도면 굉장히 큰 건데? 와, 개간지 진짜. 고대의 철. 보상은 별로 좋진 않네.
Damn it. Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation by devoting themselves to the service of their Lord, just as I did when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in, a duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
야, 쟤네들 나 공격할 거라고 미친년아. 어? 어디가? 뭐야? 아카식 되면 시드 공격해야 되는 거 아니야? 아 뭐야, 강제 복귀다. 아이씨. 아 뭐 상관없다.
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
온 김에 보충도 하고 가야지.
Here, take a look at my wares. Of course. A fine choice. Take care.
This is hide unlike any I've had.
The
bearer of the burning quill is within, my lord.
News has reached us of the black bulk that soars over the strait. Lord Cyril has ordered our survey teams to investigate it forthwith. It would seem that your battle is coming to a head, my lord. I pray that...
My Lord Marquis, welcome back. I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickleburg. I'm sorry that I couldn't save him.
If you could not save him, no one could.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came, and their wish was granted. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be, only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them, and yes, we die for them. For better or worse, that is our creed.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them, and you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe that he believed it was. We of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants. And this was his will, the ultimate expression of it.
All right. I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been, and shall ever be, the greatest honor of my life to serve House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. I pray with all my heart for your success. And were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters would feel the same.
오리 알콘이다. 이러면 흑철 하나만 더 얻으면 되나? 서브미션 최고. 신뢰와 유대. 자, 아직 남았어. 아직 2개 남았어. 아, 여기는 거기죠. 그 감옥에 있는 베어러들 구해줄 수 있냐고. 아마 다 뒤졌겠지만.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
데미지 존나 안 나는 거 봐. 아 맞다 요놈이지. 에라이 놈아 이거나 쳐먹어라. 다시 누워 임마. 불안하지 말고. 이거 뭐야? 우와. 놀랬잖아. 뭐야 너 왜 거기 있냐?
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes up. Locked up tight.
아이 좁아. 아, 벼락시간 구사 시절이다. 훌륭한 배열은 근육마스 쿠자 훈련 사용한다. 그 외에 관리 생각.
So this place was no ordinary prison, and I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
2층 올라가는 건데 여기는. 얘들아 안녕. 훈련 중인 군용 마술 후자는 기존 마술에 비해서 대단히 사나우며 병기로도 높은 성과가 기대돼. 피하 식별 안 되고, hun성부트의 부여를 쓰고.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that. They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared. Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
여기였잖아. 어디 보자. 저쪽인데. 안녕 얘들아. 쇼커도 없나 여기? 있을 것 같은데? 마지막에는 저기서 싸우겠지 뭐. 저기밖에 없잖아. 아야 선 넘네 씨발. 응? 레벨업했다. 뭐 없는 것 같은데 여기는? 잠겨 있고.
No luck downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even, and those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
발목 열쇠. 반대편 열쇠겠죠 그러면. 아까 이쪽이었나? 여기 투기장 있는 거 보니까 좀 강한 애 나왔으면 좋겠는데 서브미션에서 나오는 몬스터라서 그렇게 강하진 않겠지?
Let's see what we can find down here.
나가는 거네. 뽑아. 일단 끝에 좀
Survivor. She sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground. I'll look after the girl. You teach that thing a lesson.
오, 베이모스다, 씨발.
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
베이모스네? 아니, 나 그 미션 중에, 메인 스토리 미션 중에서 베이모스 아카식 된 거 나왔는데 전투가 없어가지고 좀 아쉬웠는데, 이렇게 싸울 기회를 주네. 개꿀. 네가 그렇게 싸움을 잘해? 아닌데? 아카식이 아닌데? 후야. A급 다리가? 까불어?
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
아유, 씨. 눌렀는데 늦었다. 오, 예스! 지금? 왜 이래? 일어나. 뭐야? 체력 어디 갔어? 마수함이 구속도구.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
여기 나중에 그거 리퀴드 몹 나올 것 같기도 하고 지형이 너무 좋아가지고.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
미친 딱 좋다 진짜. 어둠의 숨결 공리를 자동복귀 개꿀. 일단은 미드 던전부터.
My heart has wondered.
There's so much food in the hideaway. Sometimes, in my cell, my tummy rumbled so loud that Chadwick would sneak me some gruel from his bowl. I miss him. He would have liked this place.
이건 그거고.
Couldn't have been easy for her making the journey from now.
Mid, tell me this is all you need.
아담한셀 조선용 윤활유.
You make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me, this is all you need.
It's most of what I need.
뭐요?
After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0.
And
a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
Wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
그게 이렇게 되는구나.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales?
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Well, did they have it?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? It's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right place... Well, you just wait and see. That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes, children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm going to take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it isn't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do. What shall I do with your model? You spent a lot of time on it. We both did.
What, that old thing? Not healthy to cling to your failures, Clive. They'll weigh you down, you know.
Sound advice.
Still, I suppose my prototypes will probably be worth a fair bit when I'm as famous as Bart's the Builder. Seeing as you're always strapped for coin, suppose I can give it to you. Just make sure you get a good price when you do come to part with it.
I'd say that was up to you as much as me.
Back for another pot? We've got screws and bolts and nails and knobbles and noodles and,
Miss Shirley says your books
when you return,
impression on the children.
Would you mind please?
Say what you will. Maybe Karen's seen her skills haven't gone bare. Oh, what is it?
It's hardly everything.
And a will. You can count on me. Be careful out there.
Rubber with your gear, or crack the crystal. Not a very good one, but then
무기 만들어줘. 아, 흑강. 아니, 이 미션에서 서브미션 완료 보상으로 줄 거야.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there.
이야기 안 했나?
Ta-ra then.
Thank you, Karen.
You could do this too. Coin purse weighing you down. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than
72초인가
that.
데미지 10% 증가.
Must we away?
이야기했잖아.
My decision is made. You said it yourself. He must.
He must.
아이고, 잘못. 미안해.
You said it yourself.
He must.
The time is nigh.
스킵 버튼이 없었네. 아, 여기구만.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Portersolder as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. But yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends? I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more unto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours, and we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
Sorry, can't take you where you need to get to, but the Argo and me will be waiting when you get back.
What do you think that thing is?
It's a damn distraction, is what it is. Now back to work.
And how the hell is Sid gonna deal with that?
You should have seen him. The thing didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, neither did you, I hear. Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Days. Like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you. Sid, I wanted you to know. I will be taking personal responsibility for Ember's combat training, and I will not let you down.
잠깐만. 뭔가 추가됐네? 뭐지?
If you've got something to ask, ask. I'll be here if you need me.
오, 추가됐다. 오. 훈련한 폭군, 미숙한 수학자, 애틀물. 오르시에르곳, 집념의 용기사, 참여. 얘는 잡아야지. 잠깐만요. 자, 일단 쉬운 거부터. 에이크, 미숙한 수학자, 노스리치, 샹브레크, 오르시에르고 하고 용기사가 쌍브레크, 참의임은, 그리고 S 발몬 감옥, 발목 감옥. 오케이 됐어.
You alright? About that. Aye. Let's see.
Something troubling you?
뭐 서브미션이야?
No more than usual. It's just Etta's baby'll be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. I'll let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So, what's the problem?
The problem is that Etta's due any day now. I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
서브미션이었네.
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's nowt luckier in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. Try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need, a feather.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with travelling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
아니 여기서 갑자기 서브미션이 추가된다고? 어디 보자. 뭐야? 잊을 수 없는 그대들에게. 아 이거 안 깼구나. 아 맞아 이거 미션 있었어. 지금 이 순간. 컬인가? 아닌데 베이머스인데 저거? 일반 몹이지? 위키드 몹이다. 발목 감옥이 아니었네? 여기였네?
Guard dogs. Specimen of this too.
개 무서워. 오 예스. 피해야 돼. 존나 피해. 됐다. 이것이 무리. 못 봤어. 못 봤어. 예, 좋댔네 이거. 죽으려나 모르겠네. 안 죽었네? 이러면 네이머스 컷. 오리알콘.
No match for you, eh, Torgal?
잡았고, 저 슬라임인가 뭐지? 슬라임은 아닌데? 아, 오크죠. 이거 이걸 빼야 되겠다. 이걸 신발의 번개로 하고 게이지 채우는 게 좀 거시기 하네. 신발의 번개 맞잖아. 그리고 어빌리티를 4000 있으니까 오딘하면 훨씬 강한 거. 아, 똑같구나. 강화하고 따로 뭐 강할 게 있었나? 주력 스킬 중에서 마스터 했고 할 거 없어. 그러면 아 잠깐만, 순서 바꿔야지. 이거를 무라쿠모 끼고 이거를 참절나무 끼고
For me, boy.
저 위에 그거 있잖아. 뛰어내릴 것 같은데 이거? 안 뛰어내리네. 어두워서 안 보이는 거 봐, 씨.
This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here. It's locked. I should look around some more before I start breaking down doors. Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
다 받고. 열렸네 저기. 이거 있지 않았나? 아닌가? 아, 아니구나.
A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
한스 10세 석하, 체벌준 사망, 석하로 사망, 체약으로 사망. 체벌준.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed.
얘가 맞아야 되는데 딴 애가 맞았네.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
그러면 여긴 잡았고 그 다음에
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo near some gutted hovel not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
바로?
We've got a few rooms going spare now.
어디 보자. 응? 여기 아니요?
Good to see you. It ain't exactly a bed of roses. And that's just a start.
나 이거 안 읽었나? 뭐지?
Put the wind right up us. And thank goodness they did. Like being back in the glory days. Half of me wishes they hadn't left. When I was a little girl, my grandmother, I swore then and there. Give the others my regards.
행상인에게 말하십시오인데 바깥쪽에 있으려나?
Right. Much obliged. Thanks very much. There you go.
Just because they have... Has it gone to Raccoon?
아닌데요? 바깥에 있나 설마?
Oh, this guy can fuck right off.
나가는 길이요.
We've got a few rooms going spare now.
Look, Daddy. Shining so brightly. Isn't it pretty?
Yeah.
Whoever's idea it was to take those bearers away has my thanks. Who else would it have been but Martha?
아 여기 있다.
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the ravings of a madman.
It wouldn't be the first time.
끝에 있으려나 모르겠네.
The people of the rest may seem to be in high spirits,
Oh, 1,000 Akashic jars couldn't hurt.
여기 있다.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately I can hardly keep up. But what I do know is that there's more...
Want to know how to tell if the world's going to rack and ruin?
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Vicerine.
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's Ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
I'll build a barricade so sturdy, even a
저기 뭐 있네?
Ready go?
근데 암브로시아는 은초커버가 아닌가?
Time to fight. scientists for a change. More tracks. And these look fresh. The chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is. I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned. It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before they change their minds.
온 김에 피닉스 다시 한번 도전하고 갈까? 아 근데 소리 밀어야 되니까 일단 샹브라이크로 갑시다잉. 어디였지? 오르시에르 곳에 하나 있다 했고 참외의 문. 참외의 문은 이쪽 아닌가? 안녕? 진념의 용기다.
You're the outlaw! The one who drove his highness to madness! On your knees!
What? He hasn't heard. And it doesn't look like he's willing to listen.
어딜 도망가? 멈춰! 가야. 아 이거 왜 맞아? 안 보여, 씨발. 아우. 종합 선물 세트 갑니다. 뭐지니? 에이. 어빌리티만 많이 줬네.
Damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side.
그다음에 저쪽.
And how might I help the garrison today?
The garrison did away with posting guards here at the wall. Now any man, woman or branded can pass freely.
Seems the Duke's had a change of heart.
We were worried the peace might be short-lived, but Philippe's promised the watch will keep us safe.
We've got more pips than a
I
mouse
hear
got
the Duke's agreed to let us keep our land.
What? Didn't expect to see me here at the gates. I told you, I'm finished with the garrison. The Duke may be a changed man, but my loyalties lie with the Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you've got a thirst. We can remedy that.
Can you now?
Haven't seen any of those beastly blue-eyed fiends of late.
Perhaps you haven't been.
Do be careful.
I will. We won the battle, yeah, but those things will come back. And when they do, we'll be ready.
Mm-hmm. 마물들 존나 늘어나는데? 아이고. 아이고, 뭐야. 어? 이게 맞아? 응? 고블린들 있네 여기. 일단 쟤네 무시하고. 미숙한 수학자. 저쪽인 것 같은데?
Have care.
무시해.
Guess we're all ready.
저기 있다. 프린스 오브 데스. 아이고 잘못 눌렀다. 아씨. 아이 아깝네. 아이고. 아이고 늦었다. 와, 데미 존나 안 들어가는 거 봐.
Enough.
오, 흑강. 타나토스 또는 프린스 오브 데스에 얻을 수 있는 물건.
I'm getting tired of these things.
개꿀. 자, 이러면 돌아가자. 아, 서브미션 존나 많네 진짜. 일단은 무기부터 만들게요. 나 이거 무기 꼭 만들고 싶었어. 블락스톤! 내가 드디어 만들어 왔어.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
어? 바뀐 거 맞아? 아, 게터 데머룽. 겉모양은 그렇게 뭐 변한 건 같지는 않는데? 빨간색으로 바뀌었네, 그냥 색깔이.
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want? And?
이거 그건데? 그 클라이브 메인 화면에서 들고 있던 그 칼인데?
Still alive, are you?
어, 노란색.
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that.
It was no trouble at all.
Still, I appreciate it. Clive, you're back. How'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck, you say?
Crystals crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to Eastpool. Who'd have thought it?
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have forced the poor creatures to look elsewhere.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long, even if you hadn't have turned up. They'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Oh, will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
I don't want Gav to give up being a scout, honest.
What can I do for my favorite nephew?
가부 저 새끼 유부녀한테 반했다고.
Do you know why? 'Twas not 20 summers past. Your mother. But above all, and so you see, we'll be fine, Clive.
맞다. 얘한테 말 붙여봐야 되는데.
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effects of...
I was wondering when next you'd visit. Ah, yes. Indeed. Then go. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. What subject shall we consider today?
Origin.
Did you learn everything you needed?
일단은 이거 미션 다 깨고 좀 밥 좀 먹고 오겠습니다. 아우 배고파. 아 위키는 뭐 다 싹 다 잡았잖아. 이거 없애도 되잖아.
Clive, don't push yourself too hard, Clive.
Pi's tea stop the fizz.
Is there aught I might assist you with? Have care, my lord.
Ah, me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well, thank you. Is something wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing like that. What it is...
Go on, please. It's beautiful. Did you make it?
We did. Aye. It's from all of us here at the Hideaway. Your new family, like. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a bairn's on the way. I mean a baby. To let him know that they're part of the family too. Oh, I hope you like it.
I I don't know what to say. I thank you, my lords, for everything.
If there's anything you need, just let us know.
I will.
Clive, fancy a swift off? I'm thirsty.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day, my mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over, what with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister, and then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout?
Yeah.
Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room and your sword. I may have had one too many.
You may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway. after I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
겨울의 벌꿀주.
One of these days. One of these days, I swear it's gonna be me who drinks you under the table.
If by under the table you mean retching on my boots half the night, I reckon one of those days was yesterday.
Ha ha, you think you're so funny. But just wait till we crack open the bottle I left in your chambers. That stuff's strong enough to burn the horns off a behemoth.
Sounds like I'll be needing some new boots.
또 미션이야? 아니지.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
If I may, the bearer registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body, or any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces, like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you, Sid. I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering. And in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you. The realm will hear of Badbach.
Whose could it be?
So there's a new mother. Passing over it won't see the hens fit.
One moment you think you've freed the realm from her fate. The next, a darker one rears up to replace it. What awaits us when we finally attain release? True freedom? Or something else entirely?
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised?
어디 보자.
Here you are. All yours.
유적 파편. 바꿨네 그러면.
Come again. I may have more.
황금 전용.
Oh yeah.
How's it going? But over time... Give that bastard hell.
If there's anything special you fancy supping on before you go.
어디 보자. 이건가? 아 이거구나. 이러면 미션은 다 깬 거 아닌가? 서브미션 남은 거 있어? 아까 편지함이었나? 아니네. 미션이네.
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
자, 서브미션 받았는데 밥 좀 먹고 합시다. 너무 배고파. 어? 뭐야?
What is it this time, Torgal?
서브미션 존나 많어. 아니, 언제 이렇게 많이 생겼지?
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
꽤 많이 모았네. 거의 다 모았네. 아직도 많이 남았네. 자, 일단은 방송 종료하겠습니다. 밥 좀 먹고 올게요. 저장부터 하고.